Welcome to Every Way Woman, and today we're talking about kids and having them learn to live in control of their money. I know it's early, but Stacey, I wanted to ask you a little bit about that because there's so many kids out there, you know, it just feels like they feel entitled to get money. They're like, I am, therefore give.
Exactly.
Give me.
Well,
what do you think about that? Is that a phenomenon that's going on today? Or do you think that's been the case all along?
it's not a feel, it is a truth.
Yes.
Our young people
Definitely.
are entitled, but we create that as their parents, as their guardians. We create that for whatever, and I'm gonna use myself, out of guilt. I worked very hard. Just coming on the set today, I told my son I have to come on set. In his eyes, you know, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, so when I leave here, I'm going to take him to Target and get him a Lego, right? Out of guilt. Does he need another Lego? Absolutely he doesn't.
Do you need to step on another Lego?
There's one mom talking.
But because of that guilt, we breathe that entitlement in them, and then we complain when they don't get the lesson. So as parents, we have to stop feeling guilty. We have to explain to them that we're doing what we have to do. We have to do what we want to today, so we do what we have to today so we can do what we want to tomorrow. Right. Take that language across to them and be okay with it, because we are creating a generation of young people who are not grateful for anything.
And they will make you feel like they're the only child in the universe that doesn't have whatever they're asking for. Believe me.
We did that.
Well,
we did.
All my friends have it.
That is long term though, because I remember, you know, when Cabbage Patch Kids were big, I did not like them. I thought they were scary and ugly. But when I went to the grocery store with my mom, I saw one of those Cabbage Patch Kids, and all my friends had it. I threw a huge tantrum, and I was like, I want it. And my mom just was like, we're not getting that. It's way too expensive. It's not going to be for us. And you know, in the back of my head, I still to this day remember, I was glad she said no, because I really didn't want it. I just wanted to fight about it. And I think that's what parents forget. You know, there's so much stuff out there. There's so many commercials. We're bombarded with it. And you know, there's a lot of cheap things from China, so it's not that expensive sometimes. You know, what can you tell us about the pressure people feel of just buying things for kids all the time to make them happy?
Well, I don't have kids, but just from what I can gather, I do think it's pressure. Just like how she was saying, with the technology, everything's instant gratification. So it's just like, if my friends have it, I want it right now, you know, that type of thing. But I definitely think that if you're, as a parent, setting the example, spending a lot of quality time with your children and creating a positive lesson for them, maybe showing them through chores or something that there's a positive lesson from, you know, knowing the fundamentals of getting things and how to get things or earning money and stuff like that, then I think that will help out a lot, because children look at their parents like they're heroes, you know. So if they kind of spend that quality time and I think kind of focus on the fundamentals, I think that will help alleviate the pressure, because it is a lot of pressure.
Well, I want to know what happened to, you know, years ago when kids would stay home on the weekends and they would play with their friends in the yard.
And play outside.
Exactly. Right. Now there are
indoor playgrounds.
Well, there's that you have to pay for. There's annual memberships to amusement parks. So they're going to these amusement parks every weekend. Well, what are we going to do? Well, I thought we'd just stay home and, you know, what happened to those days where you just played with your friends? They don't have any down
Well,
playgrounds.
I think it's really important. I have a lot of friends who are new moms, and they're broke, and they're really fostering the, you know, let's get back to the game night, let's get creative. Not what you can do outside of your home, but I think it's on the parent to say, there's a tree outside. Go pretend, you know, this is your fort.
Exactly, but the sad part is that the neighborhood isn't doing that. You know, I would hear my friends outside playing. I would get, you know, want to go out, get my play shoes on, and I would go and play.
And
they
you're
don't
right.
have that.
We've lost community.
Yes.
We've lost the village.
Yes.
I used to play with my neighbors. My children there's no one on my street that my children know that they grew up with. And I feel responsible for that, right? Because we made mud pies, street lights are going to come on, make sure in the house before street lights are on. So we lost that.
It's up to us, though, to recreate it. Because, you know, I feel the same way. You know, I live in this community. We're really close to other people, but I don't really see people with their kids. But what I've done, you know, there's things like meetups out there. So you find other people who are looking for the same kinds of things that you're looking for. You know, it might just take a little bit more work, but that's up to us. But you know, when we're talking about a little bit more work, Holli, I wanted to ask you just about the praise that we're giving kids. You know, do we feel like we always just need to be praising kids and giving them rewards?
You mean mean, like getting a trophy just for showing up.
Or giving kids money for good behavior.
Exactly.
I never got paid.
So upset because
we're gonna give you a reward for good behavior. I'm sorry to cut you off. We got to run on this, but we're gonna give you a reward for good behavior for tuning back into Every Way Woman. We'll be right back.
That was a good one.